head basketball coach Eric Bozeman, who I can't decide if he's more excited about a win over a top 20 team on the road or not having to play any more road games for a while.
Well, not having to play any more road games. That's an easy one right there. It's good to be at home, and I think we'll be here over the next at least 2 weeks anyway. So we're very fortunate to have gotten a win and happy to be back home.
Home openers, of course, for the women's team coming up Thursday and then again on Saturday. First things first, though, a successful weekend. You knock off, like I said, a top 20 team up in Springfield, Missouri, in a game that you played pretty well by all accounts.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we went 1-1, which is, that's what you want to do. You really want to go 2-0 in tournaments, but most people are taking 1-1, especially when you're playing the home team the first night out. You know, 80 minutes of basketball that this past weekend, we may have played 45, maybe 50 minutes of good basketball, and we've kind of got to get that up, and that's what we're working on. But you know, our girls were really spirited the second night, which they could have laid down and not fought back. But I think we showed the type of character that we have, and hopefully that's going to pay dividends as the year goes on.
Well, I thought the two things you did very well were you shot it well from deep, and then you also rebounded well.
We did, and we've been emphasizing rebounding, and it's odd. Even coaching the men's game, 90% of the rebounds, 90 to 95% of the rebounds are going to be below the rim. And certainly in girls basketball is easily that. Probably 100% are going to be below the rim. But, you know, Kiki Gilmore had 11 rebounds. LaParis Newsome had 8. Renee Galladay had 8 rebounds. And you're talking about girls that are very small. So I thought we boxed out okay, but I thought they went after rebounds more so than anything.
Well, turning your attention not too far ahead, but would be remiss if we didn't mention that you did sign 2 or 3 girls for next year, have letters of intent in hand, and I think you're pretty excited.
Really pleased with the 3 girls that we signed. Relina Johnson out of Wichita, Kansas might be the best player in the city. She's a heck of a basketball player over there in Wichita, a really good get for us. We're excited about her. Michaela Yu over Shawnee High School is a really good basketball player. She's a 5'11", 6-foot post that can play in and out, shoots the ball really well, knows how to play. She's going to score it in the post. She's going to score it outside, and we're really excited about her. And Sarah Parker is a pure shooter. I mean, we watched her close. She's about 6'1". She'll be able to stretch the defense from the 4 spot for us and play the way that we like to play. We'll be able to kick out, and she'll knock down shots. She's fundamentally sound. She can handle the ball. She can dribble the ball. Really good skills for a girl that's about 6'1". So that's just the beginning. We're going to be hard pressed as we move toward the spring to try and sign maybe 3 or 4 more. But our philosophy is to get better than what we've got, and it'll be pretty hard to get better than those 3. But that's what we have to do in order to get this program where we want it to be.
Looking forward to watching them play, but also looking forward to watching your current team play for the first time this year. Again, home opener on Thursday. I guess talk about the feeling of getting into routine there and sleeping in your own beds.
Yeah, that's going to be nice for us. You know, playing at home, it's great to be home, but at the same time, we just can't think that because we're at home, we're going to be successful. You know, there's a lot of pressure when you play at home. Parents, friends, relatives, classmates, you know, you have a bond of togetherness when you're on the road because it's kind of you against the world. I thought the best thing about our game Friday night were the girls on the bench who did not get to play. I thought that they were extremely important because you're playing in an empty gym, and they continue to give us energy. They continue to cheer. I mean, they continue to have their head in the game. And those were girls that didn't get to play. That's class in my book. That's character in my book. And it's very difficult for parents to watch their kids not get to play. I watched my kid play yesterday, and he only played 7 minutes in an NBA Developmental League game. And it's very difficult for parents to sit there and not watch their kids play. But, you know, their kids have class. So as parents, we have to show some class and some character and really give them positive support when they're not getting the minutes that they want. So I think it's very important to give those girls the credit that they deserve, and if they continue to work hard and get better, hopefully they'll get some time on the floor.
Well, and it's interesting you talk about not spending Thanksgiving with your family, but in some sense, maybe the team becoming family, bonding together over a long road trip like that?
Well, we had Thanksgiving at my house, which I've done probably for the last 14 years in a row with my teams. I'm not going to take them out and feed them dinner at some place. I wanted to make a family atmosphere, and every parent that was at our game, they told me to thank my wife for doing that. I think that's really important. Certainly, you bond over the break. You know, everybody comes back to school. Today is Monday. And, you know, all the faculty, staff, and people, they're fresh and new. But our basketball team, the men's basketball, we played over Thanksgiving. We practiced over Thanksgiving, and we've always missed out on family time. So our team is our family, and I thought that helped us a lot.
Well, you probably haven't had a lot of time yet to look at the opponents that are ahead for this weekend, but if you could give us a synopsis of what to look for here this weekend as we get into conference play.
Yeah, we've looked at them. We started looking at them on the ride back. When you've got a 5.5, 6 hour ride, you know, coming from someplace, we're going to have 8, 9, 10 hour rides. I don't like to waste that time. I mean, the girls watch those movies that I can't stand. So, I'm going to sit there and try and watch some film and try and get a gauge on our next opponent. I don't like to waste time. Southern Arkansas will come in here, and they'll be a very feisty team. They'll want to win. I know quite a number of the girls that she has on her team. That'll be important. Monticello coming here Saturday. They're very well coached. She's a veteran coach, and she does a great job, and she's an absolutely wonderful person. And it's the first weekend of conference play. Everybody's 0-0, and that's what we've been waiting to get to. So to get off to a great start in conference play is crucial, particularly when you're playing at home.
Well, hopefully time well spent with us. We appreciate having you, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Well, thank you.
Coach Eric Bozeman with us on Ranger Shoot Around.